Hey guys, Zen here, and today we're getting into a lot here for Rainbow Six Siege. We're finally introduced to our next big event here for the game, and there's also a brand new title in the franchise to talk about, and so let's get into this. Firstly though, guys, there's been a new surge of hackers attacking the community, and some even getting their hands on sensitive personal information, and one of the best ways to protect yourself is to use a VPN service like Surfshark VPN, and the sponsor of our video. Surfshark VPN keeps you protected by encrypting your personal data and sending it through a secure VPN tunnel out of reach for those trying to access it. With their hack lock system, they'll automatically notify you if your email address or password has been compromised by scanning various databases and alerting their users if any information has been leaked. But guys, there are some other advantages of using a VPN service, like accessing entertainment from different countries. Netflix in Canada has a different library to Netflix here in the US, and so by just choosing a Canadian location in the app, I can watch one of my favorite classic shows like Family Guy from the comfort of my home without the need of a plane ticket. But if I did want to take a trip to Canada, you can also use a change of location to find better prices on airfare and travel just by taking the extra step and using Surfshark VPN. And so guys, at the top link in the description, you'll get an 85% discount and 3 extra months free when you head over to surfshark.deals/zenvpn and enter promo code ZenVPN. If you're not satisfied for whatever reason, they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. And so guys, click the link in the description to protect every device in your home, and a big thank you to Surfshark VPN for supporting what we do here. So Ubisoft have released the new Mute Protocol event into Rainbow Six Siege, and I think it took all of us for a surprise. Firstly, this is the first time ever we have mechanics like this in the game, and if you haven't yet checked it out, it's different. As an attacker, when you throw out your drone, you become the drone, and wherever you cruise it around is where you'll be when you exit. As a defender, the only secondary gadget available is the bulletproof camera, and every time you enter an observation tool, you're basically portaled into the system and spawn wherever you look last, and so in short, you teleport. It takes place on tower with a kind of robotic theme, and there are a few objectives for the attackers to lock down. If you secure 2 of them, you win. But of course, a defender could end up appearing directly behind you with a well-placed camera and shotgun you down before you can catch up. The loot on offer is honestly some of the best of any event we've had, although I'm not exactly sure how effective it'll be in traditional Siege because some of it is shiny and even glows, and so it might just be something you throw on to have fun, but not so much to go into ranked and sweat. Now, you can tell there was a ton of effort put into this, and the mechanics are completely new to Siege. It's also a lot of fun to revisit Tower, but there has been an invisibility glitch that's popped up that's made it challenging to enjoy a totally fair match, but the devs are aware of it and have actually disabled the event to work on a fix, and so depending on when you're seeing this, it should be taken care of. So Mute Protocol ends on the 17th, and I think it's definitely worth it to at least grind out for the free pack and the challenge for a pack and to get some loot. But if you want the entire collection, it's going to run you close to 300,000 renown, which is definitely steep, but it should be noted that you can always purchase it all with R6 credits, and the fact that it is available essentially for free for only grinding out renown is a nice touch. I've got to say, this is probably my favorite event we've ever had next to the showdown at Fort Truth, and I'm looking forward to what's coming in the future. Next up, we're talking about a topic that I think every ranked player should be aware of, and that's MMR. So the devs have updated the system over time and have recently detailed how the entire thing works and exactly how you and I rank up. Now, for those of you who haven't played your first match of ranked yet, MMR is the number tied to your rank, and so for instance, if you want to reach Platinum 2, you'll need 3600 MMR. Diamond is 4400, and Champion, the highest rank to achieve in Rainbow Six Siege, is 5000 total MMR. They say it starts with skill, and from the devs' perspective, your skill is your ability to win games. Now, this is just fascinating because there are obviously some people who believe your skill is all about your KD or your ability to get a lot of kills, but ultimately, at least in Siege, that doesn't mean much of anything. It proves you're pretty talented with a mouse or controller, yeah, but you've got to win. If you're winning, you're ranking up, and that is why support players are such an important breed. Now, one change that gets a lot of feedback is, well, if I was the top frag on my team with 10 kills and everyone else only had 2 kills and we still lost the match, I should lose less MMR than the other 4 players on my team because I essentially carried the squad, and the devs actually mention personal performance. They say your personal performance as your score or your kill to death ratio does not impact the number of points you get. If you get 15 kills per game but lose all of them, then your ability ability to win the game is very low. Hence, you should be ranked very low too. Conversely, a player that does not land kills but still wins often should be ranked quite high. Maybe they make excellent callouts, which is an important factor in a team's ability to win. The idea is that if you play well and are an asset to your team, you will naturally win more matches in the long run. So if you've ever felt like you're the best player in a match, but it's your team holding you back, then at least for the system today, you're a killer and not a winner, and so your rank will reflect that. It will always come down to what play wins the round, guys. And so even if you spawn peek every round and get 3 kills and trade out, if those last 2 ops wipe your team, it was all basically for nothing. There's also going to be an update made to the MMR rollback system because Ubisoft mentions that it has caused some frustration for players that managed to beat a cheater and still lose that ELO because one was present. Nothing is confirmed, but hopefully they make it so that only the cheater's MMR doesn't count, and so they'd essentially remove it from the average of the match and the winners split the rest. Now, the only other thing I think is worth mentioning here is that they do specifically mention that casual or quick match does not take your ranked MMR into account when you're in that playlist, but it is actually tied to the unranked playlist, and so if you win or lose in unranked, it'll have an effect on the people you queue up against in quick match and vice versa. So going forward, the devs go on to say the matchmaking ranking system as a whole is quite a complex system. We know that it can cause some frustration amongst our players when they feel like the matches are unbalanced and not fair to them. It is difficult to find the sweet spot between short queue times and balanced matches on all playlists, and we always work on improving our system and its functionalities to give you all the best possible matchmaking experience. Now, for me personally, this is another situation of Ubisoft just being totally transparent about their game. I think we've all had some disappointments with the MMR system across the board, but over time it has been improved and they're still going in and tuning it further. And so again, I think this is an incredible insight. Moving on, guys, there is a brand new game in the Tom Clancy's universe that'll be out soon, and it features operators and maps from Rainbow Six Siege. They dropped a brand new trailer for the game, and so I wanted to include the highlights. Roll it.
The target is being held on the ground floor. Go, go, go!
Contact! Moat chain is down. Request air support. Target northeast rooftop.
Roger. Inbound. Danger close.
I need an EMP deployed now.
EMP imminent.
Get back in your cell! Hey, take this.
Don't make me regret this.
So Tom Clancy's Elite Squad is a mobile shooter game where you take control of a squad and essentially mow down the enemy. It'll feature customizations as well as ranking up, and it's just a small game to enjoy on mobile while you're sitting in a ranked queue. And so I thought you'd want to know about it. And yeah, that's what I've got. And so finally for this video, there was an absolutely mammoth announcement that came out from Microsoft and Xbox, and it's that the upcoming Halo Infinite title will have completely free-to-play multiplayer. Now, you may be wondering why we're mentioning this here. Well, first off, I'm a massive Halo fan and also somewhat of a veteran, but I think it's vital to talk about whether Ubisoft should finally introduce a free-to-play model in Rainbow Six Siege. Now, there's no denying that free-to-play has been this generation's biggest change in how games are released, and it's brought in things like battle passes and paid loot as a way to help these games earn revenue, and I honestly believe Siege could benefit from a model like this. Rainbow Six Siege already has premium alpha packs with things like in-game events. They've recently introduced a battle pass each season, and of course, we've always had elites, which can only be bought backed with real world money. And I just think if Siege finally did go free to play, there's the potential to see a lot of new players jumping in and giving the experience a try. I don't know, it's definitely a big risk for Microsoft to make their biggest franchise ever completely free, at least for the multiplayer side of things, and it ultimately sets the stage for other major titles to follow suit, and I guess Rainbow Six Siege just sticks out as one that could benefit from it. But that's the video, guys. Let me know if you think Siege should go free to play, and hey, maybe you could finally get your buddy who's on the fence to jump in and get a match with you. If you did enjoy the video, please drop a like and subscribe if you're brand new. With that, it's been Zen. Hey, I'm out.